Alright, what's up, bitches? Cat here, and we are playing the Pandora Directive. Tex Murphy. Woohoo! Start new game. Come on, start new game. There we go. Oh, player name. I've got a player name. There we go. And yes. Okay. Yes. Oh, do you wish to play the entertainment level or the game players level? What? I recommend that everyone except experienced game players play the entertainment level. There are hints available on this level as well as an option to bypass the more difficult puzzles. Refer to the hint system. The game player level is a challenging and should be selected only by experienced game players or players who have already gone through the entertainment level. There are no hints available, but instead of 1,500 possible points, there are 4,000 possible points. In addition, there are bonus locations and puzzles. Both levels have 3 narrative paths through the story, leading to a total of 7 combined endings. I don't know what to do. The story can move along 3 different paths of total of 7 combined endings. To play Mission Street, Lombard Street, Boulevard of Broken Dreams. To be thoughtful and kind, stay neutral, be antagonistic and selfish. The tutorial of how the virtual world engine is available in the help system. To see the tutorial, click. Oh, okay. So complicated. Okay, that's pretty cool. Presents. I bet I'm gonna get a couple content IDs off this playthrough. Since it's using real music. Barry Corbin. Tanya Roberts. McCarthy. John Agario. Bruce Carver. Chris Jones, yay! Adrian Carr, yay! San Francisco, 2043. Right, let's do it. Let's do it! This whole episode's gonna be movie. We know that as much. I think I'm gonna stick to 30-minute episodes just because those seem to work really well. Don't know what to say. It looks nice. I don't want to interrupt it in case it's gonna do something, so. An interactive movie. She must be drunk. Was that a copy of the game you just pulled out? Well, that's gonna wake her up. Stupid.
Did I wake you? I'm sorry. I shouldn't be so clumsy. Don't worry, I'll take care of everything. Go back to sleep.
Ooh. Dark. Thought he went off on a holiday, but he's back. Okay.
Miss, any table?
That is the same guy, right? No, that's not the same guy.
Well, happy birthday. You know, I was just thinking you don't look a day over 25.
Liar. I don't know, I've just been feeling very stuck lately. I cannot remember the last time I was surprised by anything. Can you?
The last time I was surprised was by you. Well, you know what I mean. I'm just surprised that we're able to stay good friends.
I've been thinking about moving. Maybe Phoenix. I've got an old college friend that lives down there, and she says it's nice. I think the change would do me good. What do you think?
Yeah, I think you'll love it down there, because there's square dancing and 10-gallon hats and armadillo hunting.
And macho yokels with names like Tex.
Okay, that's yours.
So tell me, what do you think? You think I should go or not?
Well, you know, Arizona may seem like a much more exciting place than San Francisco, but it's dangerous down there. At least around here, you got your friends checking out for you.
It's dangerous everywhere. I mean, especially here. I mean, did you hear about that co-ed? Someone murdered her in her own bedroom.
I didn't hear about that. Who killed her?
Well, the newspaper said it might be a serial killer. They gave him some kind of crazy name. I don't know, I can't remember what they called him.
Well, doesn't that stuff scare you? I mean, I'm a tough guy, and it scares me.
Tough guy.
I appreciate your concern, Tex, but I have been fine on my own for a long time.
Louis. And Rook.
Looks like the rain's letting up. I'm going home.
Got a big date?
Oh, yeah. Cary Grant and a pint of Haagen-Dazs. Hold me down. See you later.
What a schmuck.
What?
Chelsea was giving you opportunities all evening and you blew every one of them. The San Pierre you are. Well, you wouldn't know a clue if it walked up and punched you in the face.
Listen, all I know is, every time I try and ask her out, she turns me down.
It's from the distinguished gentleman in the corner.
Bought me a drink?
He bought you a bourbon.
Oh, good evening, good evening. Gordon Fitzpatrick is my name. Please sit down, sir. You know, I am not in the habit of eavesdropping, but I do believe I heard someone say that you were a private detective.
That's right. I'm a licensed private investigator.
Oh, delightful. It's a pleasure indeed to meet you, and your name?
Murphy. Tex Murphy.
Tex Murphy. Well. This is fine. Now listen, let me ask you this, Mr. Tex Murphy. Have you in your work ever had the occasion to seek for a missing person?
Sure. I can do that.
Well, then perhaps we could do some business.
I think we can work something out. My office is just around the corner, the Ritz Hotel.
Why don't we go there?
The office looks nicer now. Those updated graphics.
I like your office. Oh, yes, the ambiance is very authentic. Reminds me of those, those old detective stories that I used to watch when I was a kid. I'm sure that at any moment, Sam Spade is going to come marching through that door, but then who needs Sam Spade when I've got Tex Murphy standing in front of me? Did you always want to be a private eye?
As far back as I can remember. Would you have a seat, Mr.
Thank you.
Fitzpatrick? Yeah? While all the other kids were logged on to Sesame Street Interactive, I was reading Hammett and Chandler.
It must be quite an exciting life.
Oh, it's got its moments. Don't get me wrong, it's not like the movies. It sure as hell doesn't pay very well. But it suits me. So what can I do for you, Mr. Fitzpatrick?
Well, I'm trying to find an old acquaintance of mine, Thomas Malloy, Dr. Thomas Malloy. The last official address for him that I have is the Ritz Hotel. Now, do you happen to know him?
Can't say that I do.
Well, it's very important that I find him. You know, let me give you a little background. For many years, I was a research scientist and I worked alongside Dr. Malloy. But about 20 years ago, maybe, I guess something like that, our paths diverged and I lost touch with him, and he with me. And then very recently, I saw a photograph of him in a local newspaper. Now, it's a strange thing how time is such a natural equalizer. Makes us appreciate the faces from one's past. At any rate, the older gentleman in that photograph is Dr. Malloy. And I contacted the newspaper to find out where the photograph had been taken. It was at the San Francisco Technical University. Well, I hiked right out there, got to the campus, and decided to look the man up and surprise him. Even with that photograph, no one recognized him, no one knew his name. But then I received a strange phone call by a young woman named Sandra. The man I knew as Thomas Malloy, she knew as Tyson Matthews. She seemed quite uncomfortable talking on the vid phone, so I suggested we meet. She never showed up for that appointment.
You never heard from her again?
You know, it's strange. But this simple, whimsical wish of mine to get together with my old friend has materialized into, I don't know, I feel a sense of impending doom. I fear for the young woman, and I fear for my friend, Dr. Malloy.
It sounds interesting. I think I can look into this for you.
Thank you. Now, you'll have to refresh my memory. How much is your fee? How does it work?
I charge $500 a day.
Of course.
That pen.
Plus expenses.
Naturally.
I want that
That
pen.
should be enough to get you started. And here somewhere, there you go. I can be reached at that number.
I'll be in touch.
I feel we're off to a good start.
Not Mr. Fitzpatrick. This is the first cash I've had in months. $4,000. I owe Louis $200, and Rook says I owe him $300. But there should be plenty left over. Yes, sir. Things are definitely looking up.
No. Day one. The search for Matt Malloy. I couldn't see part of it. That sounds familiar. Thomas Malloy. Sounds familiar. Yeah, sorry I'm like yawning and rubbing my eyes. I just woke up. And I'm still like yawning from waking up. And when I yawn, my eyes water. I mean, I'm awake. It just...
Fitzpatrick didn't give me much to go on. Just the newspaper photo of Malloy and the fact that Malloy stayed here at the Ritz. Then there's that girl Fitzpatrick referred to, Sandra. Maybe I can track her down. First I need to find out which apartment Malloy was staying in, then get into it. That means I gotta deal with Nilo, my landlord. It's the second week of April, and I'm a little late on my February rent payment.
I like how it says cash, 4,000. Okay, we are finally into it 15 minutes later. Does it control the same as the other one? It looks like it does. Is this the hall? Oh, this is my bedroom. My bedroom's changed. Who's this lovely lady on the... That's an awesome picture.
Space Girl Doris. With your own form-fitting airsuit and come-hither smile, I still dream of you and a lunar landing.
Eh? Alrighty. Yeah, and I apologize if there's any weird, random, loud bangs. Someone upstairs is banging again. I don't know what they're doing, but they're banging again.
The headboard keeps me from hitting my skull on the wall.
When you're doing what?
The downy fresh hub of my swinging bachelor pad.
Ooh. Why is there a...
My parents found this in the attic and sent it to me. I remember the pastoral days of my early youth, riding on my trusty Mount Striper, chasing bank robbers and horse thieves. And all that came to an end one summer afternoon during an electrical storm. The lightning struck a transformer near our home, creating a tremendous power surge. It was after the accident that my brothers and sisters started calling me Tex. Whenever I asked them, they'd just laugh and wink at each other. I never did find out about that nickname.
What? That's awesome.
I'll pick up these clothes next time I'm expecting someone else in my bedroom. Yeah, fat chance of that.
Fat chance, liar. Okay, let's see. Whoa. I think the texture in this wardrobe is broken.
Amazingly age this space-age cabinet came folded into a packet the size of a Triscuit.
Is that why it looks so terrible?
Indoor plumbing is one of the many luxuries I try not to take for granted. This is where I shave my face once a month, come rain or shine.
Nah, come rain or shine. Am I in the mirror? No, of course not. Yeah, let's see what everything is.
This is the certificate and a copy of the check the Mutant League gave me after my last case. I used the cash to expand my office, buy some furniture, and pay off my debts. That left me with $4.12.
Wow.
Soap on a rope. Grandpa Murphy buys this for all the grandkids every Christmas.
That's nice. That's nice. Alright, so that's... Okay, there's another door. What is this?
The guy who sold me this hormonotron said it would make women obsolete in my life. But I can't get it to work.
Oh, that looks scary. Okay, is that another door? There are 3 doors in this room. Well, this is obviously a closet. What? Can I go in the closet? Okay. What? Oh, it's the stairs. I'm leaving. Okay, I don't quite want to leave yet. Okay. I think the camera was moving for me. That was really weird. Okay, that's the office. Then this must be a closet. No, it's another room. He expanded this office quite a lot, didn't he? I wish the game would go back to flying. I miss flying the ship. The original game started off as like a little space flight simulator or just some kind of flight simulator. I can't remember all the details at the moment. But it was like a flight game, and then they're like, oh, let's add this on top. But that was the first game. That was Tex Murphy. And then ever since...
I cut this article about Mac Malden out of the newspaper. Gives me a good chuckle.
Ever since, they haven't...
I cut the...
Oh, come on. They haven't, done any flying. And that was one of the... I heard a lot of people didn't really like that, but I loved it. I loved flying the ship around. Even in its all blockiness. That was one of the things I was looking forward to when I started playing the other games, was, seeing the ship, well, the car, the what's it called now? I was wanting to see the updated graphics.
Most of these
and
computer
fly it around.
components were purchased at a yard sale. The only one I've been able to get running is the little laptop on the shelf in front of the chair.
Okay, let's look at it. Wait, he had a computer before. What happened to that computer? Searching for CD. CD not found. Alright, at some point I need a CD. Let's look at these. Examine.
I cut this thing out of the paper a few days ago. I've known Mac Malden for years. We've worked together on several cases, but I don't know if we're actually friends. We just help each other out occasionally.
McMeldon's awesome.
So Fitzpatrick's staying at the Savoy. Guess I can call him on my vid phone if I need to talk with him.
Oh, now it's disappeared. Room number 24. I gotta remember that? I still have that fucking card from the last game. Too cool. So that guy looks familiar. I don't know.
My trusty electronic shop credit card. The only way to go when you're out of cash.
Alright, let's get out of here. I think we've seen enough. Let's make sure we don't have to get anything else. Because I don't feel like looking through everything. Well, I'm sure we'll come back here at some point and we'll look at more of it. And this is the main office. So he put a thing over it. He put a thing over the door. Like an enclosure. It awfully looks smaller in here. Is that wall connect? Oh, no, that's a shelf. That's a bookcase. I thought the wall wasn't connected. Yeah, there's his thing of stuff. His cot isn't there anymore. Oh, yeah. Yeah, because he had a cot in the corner. And now he's got a bedroom.
I haven't played my phonograph since it destroyed the A-side on my Bill Shatner Sings the Blues LP.
That's amazing.
I got this from my grandpa, Audie Murphy. It was signed by Richie Havens. Grandpa said he was the original singing detective.
Cool. Yeah, my computer's gone. There was a computer on the desk here. Not anymore.
This hot plate will come in handy if I eat anything other than saltines and dog food again. Eat the rich dog food. A little gamey, but not bad for the price.
A little gamey. What is this? Oh, it's a get.
I've had this jackknife ever since my Weeblos days.
Weeblos. I thought it was gonna say weeaboo.
Rusty the Clown's Fun Book. The only pop-up book in existence with a must-be 18 years or older sticker.
That's awesome.
I picked this book up at Rook's for $0.25. It's worth every penny.
Nice. Anything on the desk? How do I look down? Down. Look. What was the look down button? Oh yeah, I can do this. That's right. Scoot on up. Okay, I've got a vid phone. I still have a picture of her.
Between my wedding ring and this picture of my ex-wife Sylvia, I will never, ever forget that women are alien creatures capable of great destruction.
Oh man.
That's a New York Times bestseller, Men Are Imbeciles, Women Are Erratic. My mom sent this to help me with my love life. I've read the first chapter and I think the author's a hermaphrodite.
Nice.
I borrowed this magazine on my last trip to the dentist. I've always been crazy for the Miracle Nails model.
Okay, what's this picture?
This picture was taken of my ex-wife on her 25th birthday. Yeah, she was gorgeous. Makes me wonder sometimes why we couldn't make it work.
Oh jeez. Oh jeez. Them special effects. Good stuff. Alright, let's look at the vid phone, then we're out the door.
My new vid phone is essential to my business.
Enter phone number 24. 24? Can I 24? How do I dial? Warning, you're currently playing the game players level, not the entertainment level. This means you can find unique locations, solve additional puzzles, and earn many more points. This also means hints are off limits. If you insist on getting a hint, you will be automatically shifted from the game players level to the entertainment levels. Will allow you to receive hints without restrictions, but prevent you from having the extras that are above. Choice is yours. Game, no, I want to find the extra stuff, but damn it. How do I use the vid phone? What if I push the hint button? Oh no. Oh no. This time we are not playing with hints. Like, not playing with hints. And I'm just gonna walk away. Here's the fax machine.
The 60-day warranty just ran out on my electronic shop fax machine. It should break down any minute now.
So this was just wow, not even 2 months from the last game. That's pretty cool.
These drawers contain more worthless stuff than a Walmart bargain bin.
Okay, it doesn't seem like there's anything in them. Let's look out the window.
Chandler Avenue recently got a city-funded cleanup. Now the street's darn near clean enough to eat off.
What, does that explain the updated graphics? All right. It's been almost 30 minutes, so let's at least get outside and look around before this episode ends.
I should probably stop by the newsstand and see if Chelsea's upset with me about last night. I've been trying to get her to go out with me for years now, and just when I think I might be getting somewhere, I stick my big foot in my mouth. Well, now I got some money, and maybe she'll give me another chance to let me take her out to dinner.
Oh God, it does. It turns the camera for you so you can actually see yourself going down the stairs. That's weird and cool. Where's my speeder? That's what they're called, fucking speeder. Where's my car? Damn it. Where's my car? Well, that's some bullshit. All right, well, let's go look. Well, let's run up and down the street first. Let's look at everything. Fuchsia Flamingo, Golden Gate Hotel. I wonder when the hologram pops up, if that was just a Tesla effect thing. I am walking so slow. Clint's Coca Cabana.
The Coco Cabana was just opened by a reformed bum named Clint.
I know it.
I met him during my last case when he was living in a dumpster in an alley behind Rook's pawn shop.
I knew it. I mean, they didn't totally look the same, but...
Yeah.
Bring up Clint's past, compliment the rug, give Clint some business. Compliment the rug.
You know, Clint, some men, they just can't wear a toupee. But it looks pretty good on you.
Yeah, and that's what your mom told me, right before I slapped the handcuffs on her, like I do every Saturday night.
Zing! Doubtful.
Yeah, right. Well, my mom goes to bingo on Saturday nights. Besides, I don't think you're my mom's type.
Well, that's what you think. Women dig me.
Blah. Okay. Try to make conversation friendly, little known scientific fact. Yeah, let's just...
You know, I heard that eating excessive amounts of chocolates can result in hallucinations.
Yeah, and at the moment I'm having a vision of a PI being bludgeoned to death with a blender.
I just remembered. Everything's going to change the end of the game. There's a nice, a neutral, and a narky ending, like sarcastic ending. What do I want to do? I think I want just Tex to be Tex's self. As far as I get him, I'm just gonna try to play Tex. I'm not gonna try to play nice or mean. I'm just gonna try to play Tex. So ignore the threat.
Oh, hey, if you got a blender, why don't you whip me up a chocolate shake? Of course, make it extra thick, like your skull.
Forget it. I had to eat all the chocolate ice cream. The freezer broke.
Bet it did, Clint. Bet it did. Accuse Clint of skimming.
I'll bet you're out of everything anyway, Mr. Cocoa Junkie.
As a matter of fact, I am. So why don't you come back sometime next year?
Ooh. Cash in an old favor?
Look, buddy, you owe me. Remember last December? Who eased your pain when you ran out of chocolate syrup?
Yep.
Who's the one who found you the piece of Louie's award-winning chocolate pie? Who? Me, that's who.
Yeah.
Fine. You do me one favor, and you expect me to kiss up for the rest of my life? All right, what do you want?
Yes. Ask about. All right, Thomas Malloy.
Nope. Drawing a complete blank.
All right, let's just go down the list.
I wish I could help. Ever heard of her? Nope. I wish Nilo. An open sore on the face of humanity. At one point, I had to choose between living at the Ritz and living in the dumpster. I took the lesser evil. Totally unfamiliar. That blood-sucking tightwad. He wanted me to pay rent for living in the dumpster outside of his
I bet
pawn
he
shop.
did.
That guy's a real gem. Hell of a cook. Chelsea's a nice girl. But whatever happened between us was over long ago. Don't let the torch she still carries for me stand in your way.
Ew. Ew.
All right. You brought me a chocolate pie when I was on the skids. I'm indebted to you for the rest of my life. You're a god. Happy?
Yep. Okay, end conversation. And... It's back here. This looks like a back here thing. What's back here?
This gate leads to an alley behind the Ritz and the Flamingo.
Okay, let's do it. Oh, it looks like nothing. It looks like walking to a void of nothing. I wish I had a flashlight. That was me pushing F.
Yeah, it looks like trash to me. Of course, one man's trash is another man's treasure.
What's back meow? I'm supposed to go straight to Chelsea, but I'm going everywhere else but. Oh, what's this?
No shortage of trash receptacles in this part of town.
Yeah, but there's something sticking out of it. Yep.
Looks like a metal rod. Maybe an antenna.
Alright, we will get it. Because we have to get everything.
Dumpster smells like a compost pile. Only worse.
Well, it's a dumpster. Of course it's gonna smell like ass. What is this? Fuchsia Flamingo?
Looks like this side of the fuchsia flamingo didn't get painted. You can still see all the old markings from when it was the Bijou Theater.
Alright. What is up these stairs? It's so weird how it looks around for you. What is this?
Well, surprisingly, none of the windows are broken. Of course, the only people that hang out back here are usually too drunk to sit up, much less throw rocks.
Okay, so that's all that's up here. Oh, there's more stairs. I didn't even notice the more stairs. Is that all? Is there even more stairs? Oh, that looks like crap. Okay. This is all I can do up here. Let's just go back down. Doesn't seem like there's much else to do back here. I'm gonna move the movement speed up. How do I... There we go. Walking speed fast. Hopefully I don't start flying around the place
Someone bought
again.
the old Bijou Theater and turned it into the Fuchsia Flamingo. I'm not sure if that's an improvement.
Alright, out of here. That's that warehouse. Golden Gate Hotel. Caution. Where's my car? I really want to know where my car is. There's TLC. Electronic shop. Is the pizza place still here? I saw it in the cutscene. There's Louis. And then, yeah, there was a ton of trash here. But now it's still just closed off by a wall. At least the walls look better now. They looked so bad before. All right, so let's go talk to Chelsea, and then we'll leave it there. She looks weird.
Looks like Chelsea's ready for business today.
Hi, Tex.
An apology? Insensitive but cheerful, pretend nothing's wrong. Attempted an apology. I don't even know why he's apologizing. Nothing happened last night. Did it?
Hey, I'm sorry about last night.
Is that so? Why?
Try to get her to smile?
Playing hard to get, huh? Okay. I'll play your little game.
That wasn't good.
I'm not in the mood, Tex. You know, this is not a game to me. I have a lot of big decisions to make, and maybe I need to get away to make them.
Try to be thoughtful for once or play the fool. Try to be thoughtful.
Hey, everybody needs some space sometimes. Go if you have to, but I'll be waiting when you get back.
Thanks, Tex. I'll keep that in mind. So, I heard you picked up a case last night. Is there anything I can do to help?
Ask about? Her outfit is making me upset. Not actually, but what is she wearing? Okay.
The name doesn't ring a bell.
Oh, Chelsea.
I bought a membership to the Flamingo last week. It's great in a cheesy Las Vegas sort of way. Clint's done really well for himself. He was down and out for a while, but now he's got the Coco Cabana stand-up at Coit Tower. Now he just needs a decent toupee.
Her hair was a lot longer and she looked a lot different in the last cutscene.
I don't know anyone by that name. I've just read his name in the paper. I think you might be asking the wrong person. The name Nilo's a scum. There was a single mother who stayed at the Ritz before you moved in, and when she lost her job, Nilo kicked her out onto the street. I don't know how he stands himself. I don't know anyone by that name. Rook's getting up there, but he's still sharp as a tack. He always tells me that I wouldn't stand a chance if he was 20 years younger.
Huh?
Louis is such a nice man. He's always been there for me whenever I needed someone to cry on.
Cry on.
How would I describe myself? Let's see. Self-employed, moderately attractive, unattached but hopeful. Kind of like you, except a lot younger.
Geez, Chelsea.
I've always thought you were quite attractive. Of course, I've always been known to confuse attraction with sympathy.
You bitch. You bitch. Okay, end conversation. You bitch.
Chelsea's sure not her usual cheery self today. Something tells me my window of opportunity with her is closing fast. If I'm gonna get her to go out with me, I better keep pouring on the charm till she gives in.
It's alright, Tex, just one more game and you've got this. Okay, well, I guess I'm just gonna leave it here. We'll get back to the next part in the next episode. I'm probably just gonna record the next one right now. I'm gonna go have a smoke and have something to eat and then record the next one. So, sorry if you said something about this one and I didn't get it in the next one. I just wanna play. So anyway, thanks for watching everyone. Look forward to the next one and I'll catch you later.